among others. But first, we recall the beginnings of the Arab Spring and the role of the youth in making it all happen.
In a land of many tribes, another one has emerged. A new Arab from a miracle generation.
This hidden force is managed by thousands of youth smart brains.
There are 180 million young Arabs across the region, with common goals and common language.
These demonstrations were a result of people's anger at regimes founded upon oppression, despotism, injustice, and lack of freedom.
Armed with laptops and mobile phones,
We can get all the news, we can be chat together, all our communication.
this generation transcends deserts and seas, united by youthful energy and passion for political reform. The catalyst was Tunisia, where millions of young people rose up against a dictator who had ruled for their entire lives. It was the spark that the miracle generation needed. And it spread like wildfire.
In Egypt, the revolution was not a surprise. There had been an accumulation of work. We kept in touch with the young people of Tunisia via Facebook, and all that was needed was the spark to move the people.
Preparing, organizing, motivating, on the web and on the street.
We have to make sure our activists know what to do in the street. One group will be in charge of the square, another will show people where food, water and blankets are. Others will arrange fast aid.
Our aim is democracy and freedom for this country. It's great to see that now all the people had managed to get rid of the excessive fear and loss of hope.
But the revolution isn't over. The old guard is still calling the shots.
I realized that it was not the end. It was just the beginning.
In Egypt and throughout the region, the young are networking, sharing tips on how to overthrow their oppressors.
The Tunisians sent us a manual, how to deal with armored vehicles, with tear gas bombs, with electric shock batons, with police cordons, and so on. They suggested we start our demonstrations at night, as the security forces would be exhausted. There were protesters who would come to Egypt from Libya to relay what was taking place in their country and seek our advice.
Young Libyans are fighting to overthrow a despot who has crushed them for decades.
All Gaddafi has done is scare us, but we are not afraid anymore.
And in Jordan, the youth are challenging the monarchy. Across the Red Sea in Yemen, political change is all that matters to the 18 million people under 30.
Yemen was founded in 1990 as a democratic state. Year on year, it is turning into a dictatorship. I am part of a peaceful youth students' revolution.
We want to get an education. We want to put an end to unemployment, poverty, and illiteracy.
Young Yemenis learned valuable lessons from their brothers and sisters in Tahrir Square.
We searched everyone coming in to stop them from bringing weapons.
But not everyone has given up their weapons. President Saleh is gunning down dozens of his own people. In Bahrain, the young are protesting and dying for change. And in Syria, demonstrators took to the streets when the regime imprisoned teenagers. Teenagers that were murdered by their own regime, quashing their dreams of freedom. The young are determined and fearless, prepared to pay the bloody price for change.
I have to admit it, our generation, when we started the 90s Intifada, we couldn't get into that limit. We were not brave so much like these people. I have to remove my cap